Welcome back. First of all, thank you so much for the huge response you showed for the collab I did with Akhil. For your ready reference, I'm posting this collab here because many ask me to do that. And here I've answered all the questions which I thought and which the queries which Akhil also have got related to the course of Masters of Hospital Administration, and many other queries also I've got. So for that initial queries, please see this entire video till the end. Do not miss the last few minutes in the end because there I have key information points for you. So stay tuned and keep watching.
This is the first episode of Notice Courses, No TISS Courses, and we have with us my friend from TISS Mumbai, Dr. Anjali Barak, who is a student of MHA second year. So it's a pleasure having you, Anjali, with us in the first episode of Notice Courses. So, Anjali, can you just, for the viewers, introduce yourself in short?
Thank you so much, Akhil. It's a pleasure to be here. As Akhil already told, my name is Dr. Anjali Barak. I did my bachelor's in dental surgery from Punjab University, Chandigarh. And currently, I'm doing Masters of Hospital Administration from Tata Institute of Social Sciences. I myself have a channel also in which I put MHA videos. So we'll be talking about it later. So yeah.
Sure. So yeah, I'll be linking all the links of Anjali's social media handles in the description box. Also, her YouTube channel will be linked in the description, so you guys can check it out. So Anjali, before that, let's talk about the course of MHA. A lot of people wanted to, a lot of aspirants comment on my channel. So all the aspirants watching right now are really eager to know about your course. The lot of videos are not there out. It's great initiative that you have started your channel to spread the awareness about this course. So can you talk a little bit about what is the MHA course all about?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I've also got a lot of queries regarding what is MHA. We do not get any good, credible information about the course. So, I'd like to clear this thing that Masters of Hospital Administration, although the name is such, but the course is not just about hospital. So the course is more like a healthcare management course. So our curriculum have various, kind of things covering from the niche hospital topics to the topics ranging from marketing, supply chain, management analytics, and all such, kind of management perspectives are given.
Oh,
So first of all, I would like to, burst this myth that it is just hospital. It is not like that, and you get to learn a lot more than hospital actually.
that's nice to hear. So Anjali, that brings me to my next question: that what do you learn, the subjects that you learn in your first semester, second semester? So can you talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, sure. So, so basically, I just want to tell you in brief that we have 4 semesters, and so in the first semester, we basically cover subjects like various. So, also, I want to tell that there are various CBCS courses also, so you
Yes.
can take some out of the course subjects also if you want to cover. And apart from that, we cover various things like ranging from finance, health economics, and briefly about health in totality. In the second semester, we cover core hospital subjects like hospital planning and the very core like this supply chain kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. And
Mm-hmm.
in the third semester, in the fourth semester, we basically cover management analytics, then operations, all these type of subjects. So you can
Okay.
check it in the syllabus, the
Okay.
subjects. But just to brief that it's not just about hospital. That's
Right.
my core.
Right. So that is available on the test website. So we'll also give you that link here, the subjects and what all is there in the MHA course. So also Anjali, then I am curious that what kind of students are a part of your course? Are they having some background in the medicine field, or they took science, or what is the typical background that people are expected to have to join this course?
Okay. So another good question, which is a major myth again, that only people having a medical background can opt in for MHA. This is wrong. people having so basically in my batch I have people having background from BDS to BHMS to like medical ones to non-medicals like BTech, then commerce, MCom,
Hmm.
and BA also. So
Hmm.
every background is kind of allowed. So it's not just that only medical background is there.
Okay.
First and second is that the qualification, like the
Hmm.
the criteria is already mentioned in the site of TIS
Okay.
MHA, so you can
Okay.
check out there also.
All right.
So you basically needs a graduation in that particular
Hmm.
subject, and you are eligible for it.
Okay, so I think we'll also link that link in the description. Yeah. So Anjali, then you said that there's no prior background required. And what about the work experience? So is work
Yeah.
ex mandatory or any fresher can join? So what is it like?
No, no such requirement is there of a work X.
Hmm.
If you have such, it is good.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't have it, it's fine. Like we have people like majorly freshers only.
Hmm.
So it's not a, yeah. So it's not a mandatory criteria as such.
Hmm.
It's good that if you have it, but
Hmm.
it's not mandatory.
Okay. So you talked that a lot of people are there from the BDS background. So what have you done? Like, can you tell us a brief about your background? What did you study and what subjects did you take prior coming to TSS?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did I study? So in dentistry, you mean to say what did I study?
Yeah, like you were a dentist, right? So
I
did you
am.
practice for how long or what kind of workings do you have before coming to TISS? Or did you just join freshly after you graduated? Yeah, what is it
Oh,
like? Yeah.
so yeah, so after completing my BDS,
Hmm.
I did a 4 months training with a super specialty hospital here in
Mm-hmm.
Mohali. So
Okay.
I did that, and just after that, I gave my test net, and I could clear that. And further, I mean, in the next coming year, I
Hmm.
joined test. So not a
Okay.
major gap though. That.
Okay. Got it. Got it. So how did you prepare for TISNET?
I think for the preparation part, I've already made a video on my
Hmm.
channel, very recent
Nice.
video last week only.
Okay.
So you can go and check it out if you want
Sure.
to know. If you want
Sure.
to know more, those for the viewers, if you want to know more, you can
Yeah.
ask me questions there and here too, like in the comments below.
Especially about the GK section, a lot of people ask. So can you just tell us a bit about how you prepared for the GK section here?
Yeah, sure. So in the video also I've covered
Hmm.
that for the GK section. So I've covered this thing that by the time I filled testnet form,
Hmm.
my static GK was almost complete since I was preparing for the GK part
Hmm.
from way before, and I just had to cover the dynamic GK portion. So for that, I referred to one YouTube video series only
Okay.
by
Hmm.
Study IQ. I've mentioned that in my
Okay.
video.
Okay.
So that I covered. It's
Hmm.
a 200 questions video per month,
Okay.
and so I covered it for like 12, 13 months till the
Hmm.
time of January 2019,
Okay.
and that actually sufficed.
Hmm.
But but I would also like to
Hmm.
kind of tell this thing that suffice for me, but that's not the case for everyone
Yes. Yes.
since
Yes.
the
Yes.
pattern is changing so much now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you need to be cautious while taking any opinion for that matter. And in fact, I mentioned your video also in my video that regarding you have also linked a book, I guess,
Yes,
for
yes,
GK.
yes. Right. Arihan GK 2021 is available on my Telegram channel. Also, I've made a lot of videos on how to prepare for GK. So I believe GK is so vast, and everyone has a different, strategy to go about it. So whatever suits you best, but covers, you'll have that feel yourself that you are prepared or no. For the
Exactly.
dynamic portion, at least you have a lot of more possibility to cover the static more than the static GK, because static GK is a vast ocean, but the dynamic
Yeah.
part you can do it for a year and you are set. So you can perfectly do the dynamic part for sure. So yeah.
Exactly. And in fact, I would like to say one more thing. So, how would you know that you are prepared nicely? See the
Hmm.
previous year question papers.
Hmm. 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 Right.
This is standard where you need to prepare for.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
rather than going for any kind of test series, per
Yeah,
se. So see the previous year question papers;
correct.
they'll be helpful.
So
Yeah.
last previous year in one of my videos, I have linked the past 11 years TISNET papers, which are in the test format. So you will have a timer test. So that is provided by an academy. So it's free of cost. So those of you who haven't checked that video, I'll link that in the description too, where you can get the past 11 years papers of TISNET in an exam format. So do check that out. What is the batch strength of your course? What is the batch strength like? And does it vary every year?
Yes, it does.
Mhm.
So the criteria mentioned in the website is 50
Okay.
uh, for the batch of MHA, but it varies. It
Hmm.
varies from 45 to 50
Hmm.
to 3. So currently ours is 50, 51, 51. So yeah, so it varies. It depends on the, kind of cutoff and so many things.
Can you tell us about the gender ratio at least? Like, what's the females to males ratio of your batch, or is it also a variable for every year?
It is a variable. It's
Hmm.
not a fixed ratio.
Hmm.
I think it's almost 50-50. It doesn't vary
Okay.
much.
Hmm.
It's This is a very gender neutral
Yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Diverse and gender neutral are the terms that we often use. Correct,
often
correct.
use exactly.
Yeah, yeah. The most diverse campus I think we have in India, I suppose. Yeah.
Indeed,
Yes, yes,
it
yes.
is.
And the number of festivals that we get to attend, the number of different events that happen in the campus, that we are not even able to attend everything in a day. Something is happening in one course. So how is
It's
that?
amazing.
Yeah, how is
I
that
mean,
experience?
I
Mhm.
recollect the point when in last year you guys were having HR
Hmm.
annual fest, and
Yeah,
we were having the same program in the old
correct.
campus, and there was some other program also going on. So three programs were going
Yeah.
on the same day. So
Yes,
it was
yes.
amazing. Yeah.
Very vibrant, and you'll have always something is going on. So a very vibrant campus indeed, and I can't tell you how much we are missing that campus vibe. So really a loss for us, but it's okay. Let's see. So Anjali, can you tell us about the pedagogy that is applied? Like, is there a practical knowledge that you get, the fieldwork part, and what is the pedagogy like? Is it just the exams? What kind of exams are there? So everything about the curriculum.
Yeah, sure. So as I already told, we have 4 semesters, and in the first semester we have just exams. I mean, just theory exams, and in this MHA, it's a lot of practical, exposure they give. So this is one of the best thing why people probably prefer tests over any
Hmm.
other institute for this
Yes.
particular course.
Hmm.
So we basically have 3 compulsory internships in the
Okay.
entire 4 semesters. The
Okay.
first internship is there in the second semester, and
Okay.
that internship is in either a big trust hospital or a government hospital.
Okay.
And yeah, so the second internship we have in the third semester,
Hmm.
that internship is in a trust hospital
Hmm.
slash government sometimes.
Okay.
Third internship we have in the fourth semester,
Hmm.
and that one is in a corporate hospital. So basically,
Okay.
we have 3 different internships,
Nice.
and and apart from that, we also have a
Hmm.
summer internship kind of a thing, which
Okay.
people can take. That depends.
Okay.
Like some take, some do not. Yeah.
Sure, sure. So, like for us, it is Mondays, Tuesdays, we go to our fieldwork organizations in HR. So, is it a block fieldwork for you, or do you also follow that pattern of 2 days a week? What is it like?
No, no, no.
Hmm.
Yours is completely different.
Hmm.
Yours is like 2 days a week, and then ours is like 2 months on a go.
Okay, so it's a
You know.
block
So
fieldwork, completely block
yeah,
for,
block. Yeah,
yeah.
completely.
Okay,
Yes.
all the three
So
internships.
we
All
Yeah,
the
all the
three.
3 internships.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we used to have is that we used to go, like I can recollect from my February internship, which I did. So we just went to the place and we did our internship, and we used to come to campus on Saturdays to give a presentation. So it
Okay.
used to be that way. The
Yeah.
faculty take presentations every Saturday and one at the end of the internship. So that way.
Okay. So is the fieldwork also evaluated as a part of your course? Do you get
Yes.
graded?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
right. And then what is the procedure to apply for these internships? Do organizations come to your campus or students hunt for internships themselves and do it? How is it
Um,
like?
so I think you are talking about the compulsory internship right now, right? The
Yeah,
compulsory
yeah,
ones.
correct. Also the field work, is it through the college itself, or if suppose I am interested to intern in an organization and I also know someone who can offer me an internship, so can I apply as a student there, or do I have to attend the fieldwork internship that is given by the TIS campus that you go a certain way? Yeah, what is it like?
So actually, it is this way that there is a list of organizations where we go, where every year we
Hmm.
apply, like campus apply, and people go. But there are certain exceptions.
Hmm.
Like if you actually want to, for example, in COVID, this
Hmm.
time system is entirely changed,
Correct.
right? So we cannot go to Mumbai, and
Sure.
even if we can go, then there are also various other limitations. So
Hmm.
in that case, we are allowed to hunt for our particular organizations,
Hmm.
and then
Hmm.
campus is helping us thoroughly in
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So they are kind of helping us in taking permissions, and
Hmm.
we are kind of taking permissions and everything. So campus is the faculty is entirely supporting us in every decision in that sense. So
Okay.
they also have a list, and even if you have a particular organization in your mind, and if you have talked, and if that organization suffices the criteria,
Oh.
like the trust in the
Hmm.
trust one, the
Hmm.
corporate in the corporate one,
Yes.
then you can
Yes.
go.
Got
Then
it.
you can
Got
go.
it.
No.
So yeah, when Anjali, my next question would be when students join the your course. So what do they expect after graduating from the course? That do they expect a corporate stint or like corporate career ahead of them, or join hospitals for the administration? What kind of profiles are offered? So you can talk a bit about. Can you please talk about a bit on this?
Okay,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is again a frequently and a big questions which everyone asks
Yeah.
almost. So so I just want to start with that. Majorly, the sought out after field is in the corporate sector itself, and which all places do people go is that we start from hospitals to insurance companies to consultancies, including the healthcare consultancies, to pharma companies sometimes, and healthcare IT. So all these fields people go. So it's not just specifically hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
So everywhere, many companies do come, arranging all these, the sectors which I've talked of.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so people go in almost everyone. So
Yes.
yeah.
Also, then the question that most of us, like most of the aspirants ask is, are there 100% placements if we go there, and if we are paying a certain, we are taking opportunity cost of spending 2 years at the campus, so do we get placements? Can they expect everyone?
Yeah. So, so what have been the record is that almost 100% have been, the placement scenario, and but it also depends on what is your capability more so. Also, this has a legacy also and a big brand name, so that
Yeah,
definitely helps.
sure.
So you can come with the surety here that you will definitely get a good good exposure that
Hmm.
will prepare you to get a placement outside the
Hmm.
campus also.
Right.
It's not just about in campus placement. Definitely in
Hmm.
campus is very good. I've
Yeah.
talked of in my video also about
Hmm.
that in
Hmm.
my channel. So in
Yeah.
campus placement is very good,
Yes.
but outside is also the this curriculum prepares you so well that you kind of fits in the market very
Sure.
nicely.
Sure, sure.
So
And talking about placements, Anjali Barak has already been placed. So, Anjali, would you like to talk about that?
yeah, so yeah, I have been placed, and I've been placed in a healthcare IT firm.
Nice.
Uh, so yeah, so for now, I think
Yeah.
that's all I can talk about.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, are you happy with the TIS placement that you got and the course itself?
Yes, I'm extremely delighted, probably, I would say, because starting from the course to the faculty to the campus to the exposure to the placements, to everything. It
Yes.
is just a wholesome package, and I think this has been a wonderful journey. I will, cherish in my life, and
Sure.
the placements also are amazing. If you have any doubts regarding that further, I think we have covered a lot of doubts
Hmm.
regarding placements, and if you have any further specific doubts, you can ask us. But rest assured, placements are very good. So do
Yes.
not worry too much. Prepare for your exam right now.
Nice, nice. Also, Anjali, on the website or anywhere in the public domain, can we access any reports of the past years or anything which people can just have a look, are there any reports such available?
Yes.
Anything? Yeah.
Not specifically reports, I would
Hmm.
say, but stats have been given about the placements.
Nice.
Uh, some are true, some are false. So there have been, what I can say, probabilities of
Hmm.
what
Hmm.
might be the package, what
Hmm.
people get. So
Hmm.
there reports, but not
Hmm.
specific reports. But yeah, there are some data
Hmm.
points, so you can refer them probably.
Okay, okay. So coming to that, the placements thing, I think one of the again most important question that people ponder over is what is the average package that can be offered in a course. So is there any data available for that?
Uh, there is data available. You can search on Quora. You can
Hmm.
search on. I would not specify sites, although I've
Okay.
mentioned Quora, but
Hmm.
so you can search on various other sites.
Hmm.
Uh, right now, I can tell the minimum package probably that
Hmm.
is 6 LPA, which is the
Hmm.
minimum.
Yeah.
So rest, I think you can make a guess accordingly on what can be the highest and what can be the average. So
Okay.
that I leave it up on you.
Sure,
I mean, on
sure.
the viewer.
So the aspirants, you can go to Quora, not Quora, or if you
Not
can,
specifically Quora,
not
yeah, but
specifically. Okay. Also, are you? What are the type of committees that are there in your course? Placement committee is one committee that is, a part of every course. Any other committees that you can talk about?
yes. So we have placement committee, then we have alumni committee, then we also have various fest we have. So clairvoyance committee,
Oh,
and so these are the major committees. Like we also have literature committee, kind of.
sure.
Those are the other things, but major two committees only.
Students like you who are starting their YouTube channels, I think you are doing some wonderful job. So please do check out Anjali's videos. Her YouTube channel is there in the in the description box. So I think more people if come forward and talk about these courses, the better it is for the aspirants. I feel. Yeah, because
Exactly.
yeah.
In fact, I think I have started. The major reason why I've started this is because when I was opting for this course, I couldn't find any information. So the major reason why I'm making these videos and why I've started my channel is probably because when I was, kind of thinking of giving this exam or going to, because I was in a major dilemma of what to do after BDS, and which might be with many other people who have done BDS or many other courses. So, at that time when I started to search, I didn't find anything, any relevant, any credible information about, kind of from a person from the inside of course. So I think this is the major reason why I've started this, and I hope me and Akhil both are helping you all to
Yeah.
kind of get the insider information of
Yes.
every course. Yeah,
I think that is the most authentic information that people look forward to. Someone from the course speaking about the course itself. So that is the most trusted source of information rather than some coaching institutes talking about random numbers. They don't know anything. I see a lot of videos giving fake information. It's not credible at all. So it's very necessary for students to come out and talk about their courses. I feel.
exactly. In fact, I also feel that sometimes what coaching institutes do is I've seen various papers also. Like they make what I said to you initially was see previous year question papers, and I didn't say coaching center papers
Right.
because
Right.
of a specific reason, because they hype things. So you can only make a guess when you actually know what is level at which you need to reach. So so probably this is the credible information, because we are not getting anything out of this, we are just helping you out.
Exactly.
So that is the major reason why you should probably kind of
Sure.
believe us.
Sure. 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 Anjali, also talking about the fieldwork experience, can you share your experience? How was it like? Like you have done two internships or the three, right, including your summers. So can you just talk about
Uh,
those?
yeah. So I've done only one compulsory one
Okay,
because
okay.
of COVID. Because of
Yeah.
COVID, our third and fourth semester theory part is combined,
Okay.
and now we'll be going towards the internship thing. So that's
Okay.
a exceptional case.
Sure.
But I would talk from my first internship experience. So that was a very good experience. So we did various projects in that hospital. I did it in Mumbai itself,
Mm-hmm.
in one of the trust hospital in Mumbai,
Okay.
and it was an amazing experience. I got to learn a lot,
Mm-hmm.
especially from my mentor. She actually helped me a lot, and yeah, so it was a wonderful experience. We get to learn a lot about the processes in a hospital. I did a project on the pharmacy, OPD prescription errors. So I got to learn a lot from there also. So a lot to learn, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
any particular internship.
Also, do
So
your
yeah,
professors help you or support you?
yes,
What exactly happens
yes,
there? How do they support you?
yes. So professors support I think not just on Saturdays, they
Mm-hmm.
support
Okay.
every time, like from the beginning till the end.
Mm-hmm.
So our professors used to visit our hospital
Oh.
sometimes, yeah, to kind of see what we are doing actually. And on Saturdays we used to have our presentations, and in those presentations we used to tell what we did in that particular week and
Hmm.
what we have learned, and
Yeah.
what all can be. Then professors used to recommend us that this thing can be done that way,
Yeah.
and go and learn and go and see in the coming week what else you can see in that particular
Sure.
department. So that used to be a very good thing, because they used to point this thing out that you've missed this thing in a particular department, go and check
Hmm.
this out in the
Hmm.
next week. So that has
Hmm.
actually helped a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I would also like to share the same. I think the USP of TISS is the fieldwork that we get to do, the fieldwork internships that
Mhm.
we get to do. I think no other college in India has that to offer its students. Because of the Mumbai location, we have that advantage. Because of the brand of TISS, we get a lot of opportunities. Also, the
Yeah.
alumni of TIS is spread everywhere in the major corporates se leke in major things. So that really helps us. And so yeah, so that one thing is the USP I think of TISS for sure. Anyone would agree with me. I'm 100% sure here. Yeah,
Definitely, 110% I can agree to that.
sure.
And I mean, this is the more so because the kind of exposure, not just kind of fake internships.
Hmm,
Probably
hmm,
you get to learn a lot, because
hmm,
the organizations are also very willing to get
hmm.
people from this,
Right,
because they know they are seeking talent. They know
right,
they are having very talented and very kind of experienced or
right.
known people on their side.
Correct.
Those can actually make a change.
Yeah,
So yeah, so I think that is a major reason why probably many
yeah.
are eager to take us.
Yes, and even in this testing times of Corona, COVID lock, work from home, we were offered internships from home, and we all got to do it. Thanks to the TISS, brand that we. And I also got my placement opportunity from the fieldwork itself. So I got an FPO, which is called a fieldwork placement offer. So had it not been for TISS, so I would have waited for the final placements, but thanks to the fieldwork, I got an offer just like 3 months before the course ended. So it can speak
By the way,
volumes.
congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll have to party. We'll party for sure if we get to campus.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. I'm waiting for that.
yeah. Let's hope. Let's hope we
Yeah, let's hope.
get to experience that vibe of campus again. Let's see.
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So Anjali, can you also talk about the internships that you get to that are offered? Are they paid ones? And do you can you also get offered a job through that internship? Two things: are they paid, and also can they offer you of placement offers? Two
Okay,
things. Yeah.
so I would cover that question in two further subparts. One is for the internships, which are compulsory ones. So compulsory internships are not paid. We are not given salary for that. Which you for you is
Same.
field
It's the
work. For
same.
us
Yeah.
is internship.
Correct.
Yeah. So But you can definitely, in that internship also, you can, we go to big corporate hospitals, and sometime people get opportunity to
Hmm.
actually go and work there and
Right.
get a job properly.
Hmm.
Uh, Talking of the summer internships, yes, some internships do pay.
Hmm.
And people also have got, in my batch also, and many other batches
Hmm.
also, have got pre-placement offers.
Nice.
So yeah, yeah.
Hmm. That's
So
good.
in that case, I think, yeah, I hope I answered
Yeah,
your
yeah,
question.
yeah. You did. So you also talked about how your professors are so helpful and so highly qualified, and they support you throughout your course in your internships. So can you give us some examples of how your professors, help you and how that shapes your journey overall, the experience and all?
So I would like to say that the professors in TISS are amazing. Uh, Beat any course, not just health system study, because I've taken various, other courses also. So in electives, and I think all the professors are amazing. The experience they have, the knowledge they have is immense. Those are the professors. Like if I have to talk of some professors in School of Health System Studies, those are the professors who are involved in policy formulations with the government of India, and they're teaching you. So what can be good? I mean, what can be more than that? So I think it is amazing. The amount of knowledge, the amount of experience they have, that speaks. And let me assure you that we are not getting paid for any of this, speaking any of this. It's just that, for me, I'm indebted to the knowledge I've got from them. So, just, kind of telling you what I feel for that. So, yeah, so teachers, faculty is amazing. They support you in every case, like not just in your kind of theory part, but also in your field practicum and everywhere. So they are your support. So I think they're amazing.
So Anjali, a lot of aspirants want to know how the PITPI experience at TISS, is. And can you tell us about your experience, how your PI went, how your DAF was, everything related to the PITPI after clearing testnet?
How was my PITPI experience? I would like to say that my experience was fairly good. I could clear to all the three courses which I filled. The testnet cutoff was good, so I could clear to all of the three. So I gave PIT and both PI for all of the three. Although I'm not very sure to what extent this advice will be helpful this time, because this time we are not having PIT, we are having TISPAT. So I'm not very sure how much will it be helpful, but I hope that this might help you. So one advice I would like to give you is that in PI, you need to be very sure of what you are filling in the DAF. So although I have covered it briefly in my video on my channel, and I'll be making very short videos and very specific videos on the process TISPAT and OPI this time, around the corner whenever they appear. But I'll be giving you in brief the gist of what is important. So I think one and very important thing is DAF, definitely. So direct questions come up from DAF. In my case, very direct questions came up, and also my various questions were from my graduation, why I didn't went for that particular masters, and why I want to go in MHA. Regarding my other choices, like why I filled the second and the third choice in that order, why not the second choice at first and third at first. So you have to be clear about that. So I'll cover all of these questions very specifically, covering the DAF. In fact, I'll put a photograph of the DAF itself, what on my video on my channel shortly. But yeah, this is the gist I want to say. So I think yeah, in PI there were three. I had three personal interviews. So we had three panels, and each panel consisted of 4 to 5 faculty members, all from School of Health System Studies. So depending on which course you clear for, you go to that panel and get interviewed, and interview lasts for around 20 to 30 minutes. And you cannot just certainly say that a person who is interviewed for 10 minutes will get in, and the person who's interviewed for 45 minutes will get in. This is not such. So do not go for the time limit, the type of questions, and also the preparation for it. So That's all I want to say about it.
So thank you so much, Anjali, for taking out your time, and you're doing a wonderful job spreading awareness about MHA course in your channel. And I hope we both as creators continue to spread awareness about these things about our college. And so the fondness that we talk about TIS is people will think that we are paid to do this, but trust us guys, we are just doing it sheer out of love for TISS Mumbai. We love the campus, we love the USP, the ROI, everything about the course is just awesome. So Anjali, any parting advice, any final advice you would like to give to the upcoming aspirants of TISS who are preparing for the TISNET right now?
Thank you so much for having me here, Akhil. I think definitely we will be continuing this, and the only reason why I started, or probably why you also started, is that when I was out there on the other side of the screen, I could not find any reliable information about my course, about MHA 2 years back. So I literally had to struggle a lot to get information, and the most of the information I got after coming, after stepping in the college itself. So I don't want others to feel the same. So that's the only reason why probably we are making videos, and I hope we are helping all of you guys. And if you have any further questions, definitely you can post them in the comment section below or on my channel also anytime, and we'll be happy to help you. Also, the last piece of advice would be to trust us, what we are saying, because we are not getting paid. Let me tell you, we are not getting paid a single rupee for whatever we are speaking. We are speaking just for the sake of, for helping you guys. And neither we are, any kind of coaching institutes, because let me tell you, this exam is very much crackable. Do not fall prey to the coaching institutes. Just see the previous year question papers, make them your standard rather than going towards the coaching institute examination papers, and work hard. That would be my last piece of advice, that work hard. Just 1 2 months are left, and I know you all will make it. And one more thing I want to add to this is that, if not this time, this is not the last time, okay? Every year is a very new chance, and this time the pattern have been changed. Exam might be tougher, so do not lose hope, okay? Just keep preparing. If not this time, then next time, definitely, okay? So work hard, and if you want any other help from us, we are here. And thank you so much, Akhil, for calling me again. So, the last thing I wanted to tell you all is that since last 1 week, I was very busy with something very, very urgent and important. But I have made few videos on the questions you all sent me via mail, in the chat box, everywhere. I've covered all the questions, and I'll be posting regular videos now. In 2 3 days, I'll be completing 2 3 important information videos, which will cover your main questions before you fill in the form. So do not miss them, and post in all your questions further if you have, in the comment section, or you can mail me, or you can check my Instagram handle, or any like, there are so many options out there, so you can contact me through them. And work hard, keep working, all the very best, and stay tuned. Bye.